What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Cheesy, back with another video today. Somebody commented on one of my shorts I've been posting recently, asking me if I can do some underground stuff. And Ken Carson getting ready to drop his album Experiment, so I just thought it was a good time to kind of go over how I would make a beat for Ken Carson for his new album Experiment, the kind of underground synth heavy rage kind of sound. So I'm gonna be going over that today. Let's do it. Alright, so BPM 147, we did this in the key of F minor. First thing I did is I opened FL keys, just to kind of get a sound going, and then I just clicked around in here really till I got something that I liked. Only kind of constant thing I had going was these bass notes right here. Yeah, after that I literally just like kind of clicked around until I had something that I felt like sounded good. So this is what we ended up with. I know it sounds crazy, like as the piano sound, but like I said, I kind of just had this to have a sound going, and then after I had what I wanted, I switched it into Synology patch. This is from the Trap Pack Synology Bank by Shark. Shout out Shark. And then I just copy and pasted what I had and put it in here, and this is what that sounds like. So yeah, once you have like your bass like synth down with these kind of beats, your bass sound, you kind of just layer a lot. So that's the next thing I did. I opened up another patch of Synology. This is in the Chat Reimagined Bank by Shark, the Atlas preset. Here's what that sounds like by itself. Same exact pattern, just copy and paste it. And then as far as mixing goes for these two sounds, I just put an EQ on both of them, cutting out the low end, and then just put a basic reverb on there as well. And then I layered it one more time with another patch of Synology. This is all Synology, as you see, from the Swag Synology Bank by Shark. Swag pad. Here's what that sounds like by itself. And so all of those layers together sounds like this. Now that I have this bass like foundation, I just kind of want to add little accents on top of it to kind of make it more unique. So one thing I did to do that is I added this little accent in Synology, and I just got it playing on the second beat of every other measure. So here's what that sounds like by itself. And then here's what it sounds like with everything else in context. And then for mixing, I just kind of did the same thing. Call the lows out on the EQ, and then just do a reverb on there as well. So after that, I wanted to add something a little catchy. Then open Synology again. This is the solid one in Shark's Synology, or in Shark's Nexus Synology Bank. Just add another little accent. Here's what that sounds like. Just kind of wanted to add something catchy in there. Here's what it sounds like in context with everything else. And then Ken Carson beats have kind of a lot of leads. So I added another lead from Xenology. There's another lead inside of one of Shark's banks, the Glow Arcade Xenology Bank, the Uncle Gohan Sin. Here's what that sounds like. Just another like catchy kind of melody. It's got that going on throughout the whole time pretty much. And then for mixing it, I just panned it a little bit to the left. Same, another low cut EQ, another reverb. So what that sounds like with everything. Then I added one more lead, another one from Xenology, double square lead in his Nexus 2 bank, and then just another kind of catchy rhythm going on right here with another lead. So what that sounds like. Some sauce I found with these kind of beats. At the end of every 2 bars, you kind of have like a moment of silence kind of, or like kind of stutters. So as you see, like in these 3 sounds, I don't have it dragged out all the way to the end. I have like these little cuts right here. Same thing with that lead I just played. It just kind of at the ends, it like doesn't play all the way through. So it's another little tip I got for these kind of beats. The last melodic element I added is bass inside of Synth Palace Vintage by Ellis Loss and Jack. I just got to follow, the root notes that I played earlier. So that sounds like with everything else. So that's the whole melody. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the drums. First thing I added was this hi-hat right here to kind of get the bounce or the rhythm of the beat. For a lot of Ken Carson songs, he kind of just has them playing all the way throughout, but I wanted to add these little breaks in, just kind of make it a little bit more bouncier, make it a little bit more different. So here's what that sounds like. After that, I added this snare right here. Pretty simple snare pattern, just hitting on the 3, and then I got a little bit of accent snares going on as well. And I also have this snare layer right here. This one's just playing on the 3 of everything. But after that, I added this little open hat pattern. Just playing anytime the bass switches, I got it playing there. So that sounds like. I also noticed where I'm gonna have 808s hitting on these beats, so I kind of have this here to kind of layer with those, make it hit, just makes it hit a little harder. And before we get into 808, I just added this little sound effect right here to kind of have some impact at the beginning. This little glass breaking sound effect, just to kind of, like I said, give it some impact at the beginning. After that, I put this 808 pattern in. It's really simple, just following the bass notes, nothing crazy. Obviously with Ken Carson beats, the everything's kind of like distorted, kind of hitting really hard. So that's how I was going for it with this 808 right here. Here's what that sounds like. after I played that, I wanted to add a different 808 pattern with another 808, just to kind of have, you know, a different section going on, with some make some differentiation, something like the same thing throughout the entire beat. So here's what that 808 sounds like. Very distorted, very crunchy, kind of like how all his 808s are in his beats. In context with everything else. Oh, and also, since we had this 808 and this bass playing at the same time, or both these 808s playing with the bass at the same time, one thing you can do is I just routed all of our melodies to one track, did this little melody bus, and on the melody bus, I cut out all the lows so the 808 and the bass aren't clashing with each other. So yeah, that's everything that I added, that I used to make this beat right here. Hope you enjoyed. We can do one final playthrough and then we can get up out of here. Another one in the books. That's it for me, man. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope this gave you a good idea how to make these underground beats, these kind of synth heavy type beat, opium type beats, things like that. Hope that kind of gave you an idea how you can make those if you want to. If you have any other recommendations for any type of beat that you want to see, just let me know down in the comments. And then yeah, see y'all in the next one.